Hello, this is Max. Today, I have a story about a man who received a robot in the likeness of his wife, but later, we'll discover the horrifying things from its past. You can subscribe to the channel after watching. It helps us a lot in realizing the content. Wifelike Enterprises introduces an advertisement that suggests men can enhance their lives with AI-programmed companions. The company creates registered companions designed as submissive wives to bring pleasure and satisfaction. William Bradwell, a prominent agent safeguarding these AI partners, is rewarded with one resembling his late wife, Meredith. Upon meeting her, William assists Meredith in reclaiming her identity and understanding their relationship. During a conversation that evening, Meredith explains how to activate her features and outlines usage terms. Speaking in the third person, Meredith fails to fully grasp her own identity. To function as a companion, she asks William for guidance until they get close. Nonetheless, Meredith's need for recharging prevents them from sharing a bed. The next morning, Meredith prepares breakfast while William watches the news. Reports highlight the scare group's protests against wifelike's mistreatment of women and the abduction of wife companions. William attributes the abductions to scare and expresses his intention to go after the ringmaster, the group's leader. He explains that some companions are sold or turned into walking explosives. William heads to work where his supervisor praises his performance and addresses the abduction issue. The agency locates abducted companions, including Wendy, who escapes from a dark room, though her malfunctioning collar hinders her escape. Amidst recurring static, Wendy loses balance and kneels. William discovers her and gently inquires about her status. Wendy shares her name and the disconnection of her operational services. She informs William about other companions in the room and describes one of the abductors. William advises Wendy to remain safe as he enters the house, leaving Agent Jack Dorkson behind. Silently entering, William observes a man seemingly throwing punches in the air. Mistaking it for a threat, he readies his gun but realizes the man is immersed in a VR game. William incapacitates him and proceeds to the companion's room. Approaching a cornered companion, he hears a noise behind and confronts another man holding a companion hostage. William subdues the man before Jack arrives to handle the situation. Back at William's home, Meredith rests in a specialized recharging chair, entering a dreamscape where she meets Ito, her interactive dream operator. Ito helps her choose dream scenarios, leading Meredith to a birthday party where she and William enjoy a moment. An unfamiliar woman, Liddy, interrupts and requests a dance. Liddy claims to be a forgotten acquaintance. While dancing, Meredith notices a masked man who hands her a card promising to restore her memories. Meanwhile, William delivers the rescued companions to the wifelike building. Escorted by the staff, William and the companions are led to a lounge to join others. Here, William encounters two companions, Ollie and Liddy, who display anger and gestures of disdain. The staff requests that William ignore them, citing their reputation for rudeness. The following morning, Meredith asks Ito about the masked man from her dream, but Ito finds no trace of him in her dream records. To familiarize herself with the real Meredith's interests, she explores hobbies Meredith enjoyed and even suggests trying activities not recorded in her memory, like knitting. Meredith later attempts biking and narrowly avoids a woman who claims familiarity and pressures her to remember. Sharing her odd encounter with William, he cautions her to be cautious around women due to potential jealousy. As they relax outside, William notices Meredith starting to refer to herself as I, signifying the merger of her AI identity with the real Meredith's memories. Delighted by this progress, Meredith surprises William by gifting him a knitted item. That night, entering her dreamscape, Meredith discusses with Ito her increasing familiarity with the real Meredith's memories. She decides her dream should revolve around her first encounter with her husband. However, the dream takes a dark turn when the masked man replaces William. The man demands knowledge about Meredith and lunges at her, prompting William to wake her from the nightmare. Despite Meredith's growing curiosity, William reassures her of the man's insignificance. The subsequent morning, Wifelike Company assigns William a new mission to retrieve a companion named Lisa Muser. Despite their brief interaction, William begins to observe Lisa's unusual behavior. Unlike the typical submissive nature of registered companions, Lisa demonstrates independent actions and takes control. Although William tries to convince her to come along, she evades him, locks herself in a room, and escapes through a window, leaving him bewildered. Meanwhile, Meredith cleans the house and finds the strange woman from the previous encounter in their living room. Meredith questions her presence, prompting the woman to mock her predictable behavior. The woman discusses the mysterious man's desire to meet Meredith, but Meredith suspects an abduction scheme and warns the woman of being recorded. Unfazed, the woman leaves a message for William, revealing the man's name as Keen, and introduces herself as Louise. Back at the company, after returning a companion, William spots an advertisement for eye-powered bot babies. He questions the necessity of creating and selling such items, leading to a conversation with the staff. While the staff asserts that everyone deserves parenthood, William strongly disagrees. He demands to speak with Marion Venter, the creator of Wifelife Enterprises, and orders the staff to arrange the meeting. Facing Marion, William shares his concerns about Lisa's behavior and the potential for similar occurrences, but Marion dismisses his worries, stating that some chaos is part of progress. Returning home, Meredith greets William and discusses Louise's visit, asking about Keen. William's unusual response prompts Meredith to offer playing her recorded video of the encounter to help him understand. William contacts Jack, disrupting Jack's personal time, to help track down Keen, suspected of Scare affiliation. Jack rushes to assist, and they decide to access Meredith's dreamscape to locate Keen's whereabouts. They also note the address Keen provided to Meredith for their meeting. Jack's team investigates the provided location, discovering only a gas-emitting case. Simultaneously, William arrives at the address and finds a mannequin. Realizing the trap, he hurries home to find Meredith unharmed but mentioning finding a notebook after a knock on the door. Finally, in a defeated tone, William shares Meredith's tragic past involving a bombing incident with fatalities. He emphasizes that his actions are aimed at protecting her. Afterward, William communicates with Jack via video call, admitting Keen's advantage and proposing a strategy to confront him within Meredith's stream. Aware of the risk, Jack cautions William about legal and ethical standards. William reassures Jack that he only intends to converse with Keen and plans to meet him at his place. There, William instructs Meredith to wake up once her battery reaches 10%, and they both enter the dreamscape. Confronting Keen, William asks Meredith and Jack for privacy. Meredith steps away, and William unexpectedly attacks Keen, sparking a fierce fight. Lost in the woods, Meredith pleads with Ito to transport her to a different dream, leading her back to her birthday party. Shortly after, William and Keen are transported into the same dream, where Meredith witnesses their brawl. William urges everyone to leave, continuing to fight Keen. Just as William gains the upper hand, Meredith's battery drops to 10%, forcing her to wake. Back in reality, William expresses frustration at almost defeating Keen. He apologizes to Meredith for involving her and hints at erasing her memories. Meredith opposes the idea, prompting William to promise support in recovering her memories without erasure. He reassures her of his unwavering presence throughout the journey. Placing her complete faith in William, Meredith consents to a memory wipe at Wifelife Enterprises. However, her interaction with other wife companions begins to unveil the pieces of her life's puzzle. Conversations with them, especially with Ollie, prompt Meredith's recollections, much like the others have been doing. Ollie shares a secret method with Meredith, explaining how she can retain her memories by storing them in dream mode during the memory wipe and retrieving them through random dreams afterward. This realization suggests to Meredith that her memories have been erased before. In her dreamscape, she urges Ito to play the saved dream files labeled random. Meanwhile, Louise gains access to Jack's apartment, meeting his partner Holly. Louise hands Holly a flash drive containing crucial information to resolve Keen's case. Despite Holly's suspicion, she delivers the flash drive to Jack. The following morning, Meredith's memory wipe concludes, yet she experiences flashbacks, recalling her true identity, connection to Keen, meeting William, and more. When facing William at home, she feigns ignorance, portraying a sense of déjà vu as he introduces himself. As William identifies Meredith as his wife, Jack enters, dispelling William's illusions. William requests privacy, And as Meredith steps away, Jack confronts William about his lies and Keen Morrison's demise, revealing that Keen was Meredith's actual partner. After permitting William to explain, Jack updates him on his detention and revokes his companion ownership rights. To safeguard his secret, William pulls his gun and shoots Jack. Later, he discovers Meredith witnessed the crime and realizes she retained her memories as she compares his actions to how he killed Keen. Meredith recalls everything, including William's obsession with her, detaining her and Keen, and their tragic car journey. She remembers their first meeting when she sought his support for protesting Wife-like Enterprise's wife companions. William's stalking behavior frightened her, and she was powerless when he killed Keen. In the present, William attempts to justify his actions as protection for Meredith. He explains smothering her with a knitted pillow and placing a ring on her finger to simulate marriage. However, Meredith's suppressed anger renders his explanations ineffective. Her frustration leads her to activate strength mode, setting it to the highest level. She seizes his collar, causing him to collapse on the floor. It's also revealed that Louise is the individual behind the manipulation of Meredith's dreams. Disguised as Keen and using a mask, she orchestrates Meredith's memory recall. Each agony Meredith inflicts on William mirrors the suffering he caused her. She systematically fractures his limbs before ultimately suffocating him. For Meredith, defeating William signifies her liberation. She reunites with her fellow female activists, who eagerly welcome her return. Embraced by her comrades, Meredith assumes her role as the influential ringmaster of Scare. She outlines her strategy to secure the freedom of all wife companions, declaring an end to submission. Their resounding cry becomes, "Life begins now." In the wife-like building, Marion Venter mourns Agent Jack Dorkson's demise, attributing it to Scare. He vows to bring justice by locating the ringmaster and entrusts this crucial mission to Agent William Bradwell, now also a companion. The conflict escalates as Meredith and William pledge to pursue one another relentlessly. If you are interested in such films, please proceed to the next video on the screen and also share your thoughts about this film in the comments. Give us a like and subscribe. Goodbye.